Hey everyone, hey wellness crew, and welcome to today's live stream where basically we're just cleaning up the patio. We're getting ready to set up new equipment for my candle making small business. So that's what we're doing. My youngest son Merritt made a huge mess of the patio. Yeah. So we're going to be working on cleaning all that up. And organizing, fixing everything up, getting everything together. So it's going to be a process. This is going to be a while. So go ahead, sit back, relax. We're not going to be rushing today. This is a very chill live stream. I'm going to be coming kind of back and forth because what I'm going to do is there was a bit of a spill. So there's going to be some loud sounds. There's going to be some hair dryer blowing and me scraping the floor, getting the candle wax off of the floor. That's been the process that I've been using. It's kind of zen though. It's very zen. It's very like, oh, okay, I'm able to kind of meditate a bit while I'm doing it. So I'll try to angle the camera and everything to get it to see me doing all that, but this is a big mess. I don't have a big enough table. I could use my massage table, I suppose, but I don't want to risk getting candle wax on the massage table, especially when I have a in-person Reiki treatment happening on Friday. So I don't want to risk getting candle wax on that. So yes, this is a behind the scenes cleanup, and so if you're into that kind of thing, then this is the right live stream for you. So because my son Merritt, he's 4. I usually don't talk too much about my children, but well, I must give it to him. He really did do a number. Yeah, y'all can see me. Okay, cool. He did a number on Saturday. Oh, but all these candles can be lit. Ooh, Merritt's giving me ideas. Okay. Well, first let's organize all this because it's giving me a little bit of OCD issues. Let's have this a little bit more organized too. Now, they don't tell you about the tea lights that you buy, right? The tea lights that you get is, who's this? Oh, thank you, Johnny. That's quite the compliment. I appreciate you. Thank you. What they don't tell you about these tea lights is that they require batteries, each and every single one of them, and the batteries get quite expensive. So when you have a lot of these types of tea lights and you're kind of pendeja like me, and you let them run and run and run and you don't stop, yeah. There's my crystal altar, which I don't think you can see. See what Merritt, okay, good. Well, at least Merritt organized everything between the pink and the other one. He's very good about that. Okay. Hello, everyone. Hi. Oh, lock me up then. All right, so this is the box for the new equipment. This is the box for the new equipment. I'm very excited about it. However, yesterday I was trying just to assemble the handles onto it and I couldn't do it. So just shows you, yeah, shows you my skills. All right, we're gonna take the Pilates reformer and put it up with the bike over here. And we're gonna organize more LED candles. Let me move y'all a bit. You can see what my son created. A nice little trail. Actually, I'm gonna need to start. Oh no, oh yeah, he used them. Okay, cool. Oh, there's dead bugs. That's wonderful. Well, not gonna worry about that now. So just want everything to have good energy, obviously. I have 2 children, but one child does not want to be talked about on YouTube, so I'm gonna respect his wishes. But I do have crystals for both of my children. Perfect. Put pink on both sides. All right, let's see what y'all are saying. Sorry, I'm kind of blind. As you can see, that's why I wear glasses. Okay, I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, these are just like those little pink tea lights. They're typically used at weddings and at little functions like that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and use my art that I wanted to use originally, but everyone was in a tizzy about it. And quite honestly, I do not care anymore. I'm getting a lot of questions. I am sober, so I don't engage in a lot in and I'm not California sober, I'm completely sober. So I guess that's why I was getting a lot of questions because they were like, "Well, you do know what that poster means?" I was like, "No, I don't actually, but I just thought it was cool art, and I think that art can speak to you. It doesn't have to be literal; it can be figurative." Um, but people like to take things so seriously these days. But it's my channel, so I do what I want. I just think it's so beautiful. And I should have gotten all 3 of the posters. They were so cool. They were at the thrift store. I love going thrift store shopping. I should have gotten all 3 of them. It was so neat. He had 3 that were there. But yeah, unfortunately they were out. So but not everything is so literal. People tend to take things very literally. Sometimes a girl can just like candles, and sometimes a girl can just like different colors of things, and sometimes a girl can just like a picture of the sun and a picture of butterflies. You know, it doesn't mean anything. But people like to take things a little bit too seriously and put their dogma into it, and, it's a little unfair. But I can't control who's attracted to my channel, so the name is a joke. It's the idea of everything is a cult if you allow it to be. When you get too dogmatic in your practices, especially with wellness, right? When you get too dogmatic, when you get too focused on perfection rather than just progress, then you're creating a cult for yourself, really. When anything becomes too dogmatic, you're essentially creating a cult. When you no longer are in a position to learn, when you're no longer in a position to accept new information, you've stopped growing. When you no longer have an open mind and cannot receive new information, you are no longer in a position of growing. And I'm speaking in a generality, you know. If that triggers you, then that's telling you something. We need to take responsibility for our triggers. We cannot be blaming other people for triggering us when it's ourselves that are triggering us. It's something inside of us, right? Everyone is kind of a mirror for us. When we don't like something in somebody else, what we're not realizing is that it's something truly that we just don't like in ourselves that's being mirrored back to us. And we don't want to admit that or say that or be truthful about that, but that's really what it is. Let's just see if this one has anything left. Oh, it has a little bit of a spark. Now, are these the candles I'm talking about? Obviously not. Talking about real candles. But we have to do the cleanup work first because cleaning our energy and things like that are going to be the most important thing for a process like this. And literally cleaning up. If we want, oh, there's more. Oh, merit. Okay. Oh, thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Paul. You're so kind. My day's going fantastic, thank you. I had a amazing Reiki remote healing session today by my Reiki master teacher, Lisa Moore. Um, she's great. She had a lot of really interesting insights today. Um, interesting ideas for sure. So I think I'm gonna follow her advice. But what she didn't know actually is that I already had followed up with her advice. um or maybe she did know and just didn't want to tell me that she knew. She's very wise like that. Just kind of suggested that I focus on myself for a bit and not worry so much about other people, which is good advice for anybody, right? Especially when you're a former people pleaser. It's very easy to fall back into that people pleasing mode. Well, why don't we, for one last hurrah, oh yes, I have my water, my energy drink over there. But it's not really hot today, at least not here. Um, all right, we have all that set up. Now I want to sweep this yoga mat. But I need to move everything off of it. How shall I do that with you guys right there? Let me fix this bottom real quick. Oh, like, where'd Jenna go? Y'all can still hear me very clearly. I have the microphone on. Hot mic, hot mic. There we go. Oh, no, all over there. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna follow that advice and actually hydrate. Hello, who's that? Oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. Move this over like this. And let me go ahead and get the, thank you so much, Paul, for enjoying my workout videos. I know I haven't done them in a while. I've just been really busy. And keeping this space organized enough to do candle making. And I mean, I do have this space cleared up for my workouts, but as far as being able to film a good workout video in portrait mode, you know, like, or landscape mode, I should say, it's a little bit difficult. Hello to Jose Marie Joseph. So yes. So for those of you who don't know, I'm from Texas. The majority of Texans have access to HEB. We love HEB down here. Thank you so much, Johnny. Hi to Bopper. And let me get to the trash box. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, here's a charger. That's useful. Never know what you're gonna find. All right. These are markers for the dry erase board that my son drew all over. That merit gets into everything. Let me for now put the new equipment back in the box. Not neatly, but just back in it for a second. No, don't lose the screw. Driver. There you go. And this is just candle equipment or candle stuff that it came with. So you can put it on the table for now. This is one of my chairs. Let me move it. Move this over a little bit more. Thank you so much. Bless you as well. All right, all the wicks. All the stuff for candles. Trash box. Oh, we have 2 trash boxes. Great. And these are the new tins I'll be using. These are to make the mini candles. I'm making the Dorothy right now. Oh, excuse me. I have pots, so when I go from, sitting to standing or low to high real quick, I get a little bit dizzy. I'm okay though. Hi, Jose Marie Joseph. Hello. So yeah, this is the newest tin I got in. It's rather small, but it'll be cute. This is going to be for the Dorothy. It's my grandmother that passed away when I was 15. These are other tins I got in as well. These all the different scents are going to be in. So, yeah. I have quite the collection going right now. So I can't say the name of the candle brand because it would reveal my last name. I can talk about the scents at least. Basically, they were all inspired. And since it was so close to Mother's Day, I wanted to, kind of, I was inspired by the women in my life, that I love and care about. And Mother's Day was coming up, and I was like, well, this is fantastic. Why not have, no, I'm not single. No. And I was thinking, why not immortalize some of these women in a scent and candle scents? And so I really thought about it, and I knew some of the fragrances that some of my friends liked. My 2 very close besties. Well, actually, I have 3 besties, but 2 from San Antonio, 1 from Houston. this dirt that was on here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I didn't think about it like that. Didn't know how much the mic would pick up. So this is an outdoor patio. Things get dirty. And this over here, this, I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. So right there is my massage table. So this area kind of serves a lot of different functions at a lot of different times. We're just gonna do the best we can because again, I do not coach to perfection. I coach to progress. So we know we're gonna have to clean up again and again and again and again. So this is just the first of many cleanups. Oh, is it? Yes, it's for leaves actually. But I find it's better than just like a normal one. As for getting dirt and getting all that stuff, you know, it's almost like a commercial grade. I kind of like the commercial grade type stuff personally, but I'm glad that it's bringing you joy. Mm, Costco, my friend. Costco has everything. Costco has everything, is what my father has taught me. Okay, so we've sort of cleaned up and we've sort of organized some of the candle stuff. There was a candle spill. It's tragedy for all of us. There was a candle spill or a candle wax spill. So I got on half of my table. I probably need a like layout table, but again, although I see the benefits of it, I could team you that. It's actually not a bad idea. I think I'd last one I saw was about $43. That's not that bad. Well, anyways, that's a later thought. Jenna, focus. Anyways, so there was a candle wax spill. The candle wax got on the table, which is not a big deal. But the candle wax then got onto the floor, which upset family members. So it's pretty comical. I am using a blow dryer to heat up It probably is commercial grade. Yes, raking leaves is something I still continue to do. My father had surgery, so he's a little bit out of commish. So that's something that I continue to do. Leaves are still, they're not really dropping anymore. I kind of took care of it all on the day of the surgery, actually. So it's on Instagram, but you can find all my links to everything. Quite a few comical things on Instagram, actually. But yeah, so actually, I'll show you the table. This is my little working table. Quite the mess. Learned you're not supposed to put this directly on the burner. So then I thought, okay, I'll put a skillet in between. Not much better. Okay. Not much better. But, you know, you try. So then I got new equipment, and this equipment seems very promising. However, I can't even put the handles on. Or I couldn't, but I was very sleep deprived. So I'm hoping that now that I've had a lot of sleep and I've had a Reiki session and I feel a lot of clarity and peace and stuff, that I'll be able to do it now. We'll see. So we're going to move some of the essential oils and the wicks and the markers and stuff like that that I use to label everything. We're going to move the trash boxes actually to the now clean-ish yoga mat, ironically. No, we're not. We're going to just move one of them. We're going to move this thing with pens and lighters. For obvious reasons, taking notes and well, lighting the candles. Retired, is that so? Well, I don't have access to an iron right now, unfortunately. But the hair dryer and scraping spoon method is pretty interesting. It's pretty zen. I feel very much like one of those monks that works on sand, you know, makes a really pretty sand thing and then just wipes it away. And it's actually really pretty the way that the wax kind of glosses over. So I don't know. I find art in everything. I'm one of those. I'm one of those weirdos. All right, let me move my massage table over a bit. And let's move the work table over. That'll help. All right. But thank you so much for that tip. If I have further trouble, I will definitely be using that tip. Okay. Thank you, Marco. Thank you so much for all your comments and everything. I appreciate you. So let's move this to over here. I'm going to walk around. You can see my ridiculous process. Yes, this is the foosball table. I know. There's quite a bit in the outdoor patio. All my yoga stuff and kettlebell stuff gets stored underneath. And here's the other trash thing. Okay, now I can loosen this up. Perfect. Trash box, let's put you over here. All right, if you are sensitive to loud sounds, leave my live stream now. Warning again, if you are sensitive to loud sounds, leave my live stream now. I'm warning you, please, for your own good. Yes, and this might drive people crazy that I'm doing it this way. Such a waste of time. It's taking you forever. There's more efficient ways to do things, I am aware. And no, I will not be using this spoon for my candles in the future. I have a new spoon. I had the foresight the intuition to order a new spoon. I didn't know I was going to be using this spoon for this. I thought I was going to use something else, but it just worked out that way. Wait until we clean the table. What are y'all saying? You're new here. Hello, Ken. Kenley. Oh, I don't read tarot. What I do mess with a little bit is oracle cards. I'm a Reiki practitioner, so I do mess with oracle cards a little bit. Yes, this is a carpet on the floor because what was happening is, see, these two I messed up on. And so when I was putting it directly on the burner, I didn't know. I didn't read anything. I did all this intuitively, which sometimes is a great idea, and sometimes it's not such a great idea. You're going to make mistakes. That's okay, though. It's okay to make mistakes. Don't worry about it. And so, of course, it was dripping. So I didn't want it to drip on the floor because, well, as you can see, when spills happen, I need to clean them up. So I went ahead and I grabbed this that I actually have in my room, but it makes more sense outside. So it's actually supposed to be more of an outdoor thing, even though it's like a carpeted one. I know, it makes no sense. It's a long story. Temu. Temu is the story. That's always the story with me. Temu. I am Temu review mom. Okay? I have a short about it. It's a whole thing. So it catches the drips from those two wax holders. But the great thing is that we're going to also to be working on my new equipment and putting it together, hopefully today. Fingers crossed. Since now that I've gotten rest and I've had a Reiki treatment and I'm in a better headspace now. Because I was going on a couple days with very little sleep. But yes. But yes, Herbal, I'm sorry, I do not do tarot. It's not in alignment with me. Okay, let me get a paper towel. How many do I have left? 4. Okay, so I'm only going to do this for up to 4 more paper towels, and I'm going to lay down. I'm going to lay down the cardboard, and oh well. Progress, not perfection. I don't believe in being a perfectionist. I think that's unhealthy. Leads to eating disorders. I would know. Oh, carpet on the floor or solid. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. This is all solid, like a tiled concrete. So concrete, basically, but just kind of tiled. In the sense that there's, like, it's sectioned off into squares. This honestly looks so much better than it did this morning. And for the ones that don't matter, I just go throw them away, throw them away, throw it away, throw it away. If I could get the camera closer, I would. And it looks really beautiful, actually. When it starts to melt, it has this like really pretty glass effect. But the most important thing, in my personal opinion, is to get it out of the grout. I don't want it in the grout. It looks so pretty. Yeah, I just have to be careful with the pots because when I go from kneeling down to standing like that, it just makes me very dizzy. That's the thing, you don't want it too hot because then it's just gonna not come up, but when it's just a little warm, just slightly waxy, it'll kind of flake up and there we go. I wonder what would have happened if I would have been using coconut wax. I haven't used a coconut wax yet, but I would like to. It's just quite pricey to purchase. But it's probably the best to use as far as, you know, purchasing like grocery store bought candles is not ideal for inhalation and all of that. Like Glade, you know. Sorry to call out Glade, but mm. Hello. Aw, thank you. I don't take care of the plants. I'll be honest with you. Everything I touch, everything I touch, everything I touch, turns dead in the plant world. Thank you. I love it too. I mean, I can help water and do all that, but all of this is the work of the man, the myth, the legend, my father, who the boomers are loving his playlists. I mean, they are digging it. He is just killing it with the playlists. and his music. The boomers are eating it up. I'm very happy for him. He's found his little niche of celebrity in his playlist. So good job, Daddy. This is for the chakras. This is something cool I got, but I decided to use it out here. I'm glad I did because now I know there's not that big of a mess. My thought process though is let's do, for old time's sake, this one is completely covered in wax. That's okay. A crystal holder. Instead of an altar, it's just a crystal holder, right? It all depends on how you look at things, your perspective on things. Yes. Oh, no, they're not real. These are just glow in the dark tattoos. So, temporary tattoos. Again, I'm a team lead review mom. I cannot speak to this enough. I see something I like, and I'm like, oh, let's try that out. For my children, or for my youngest, really. Um, Typically, I'll wear galactic freckles because he loves it. So he thinks I look like an alien. So if we're playing like hide and go seek or something like that, and he wants me to be easily discoverable, well, if I have on temporary tattoos that are glow in the dark and it's kind of dark out, he can easily find mommy. So yeah. Um. All right. This is some of the rock art that my son makes. So what we'll do is we'll go out to the backyard. Yes, they would. Oh, but thank you. But to be honest with you though, now after having them on, it's inspiring me to consider white tattoos. Um, and this is totally my style anyways, the mandalas. So it's inspiring me. I wanted sleeves, but some people are against sleeves, and I'm like, well, it's my body, my choice. But then Roe v. Wade got taken away, and well, it's kind of hard to say that now, but still, my body, my choice. So, anyways, that's a whole other story. Um, yeah, I think white tattoos are super cool and really pretty, and on any skin tone, I think it's gorgeous. So this is something that my son made for me. What we'll do is we'll go to the backyard, and I'll get Evo Duck candles. I love Evo Duck candles. They're actually amazing. Oh, I love that you have a sleeve. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to have a sleeve on my left arm. Um, and so we'll get the candles and we'll light, or I'll light them, of course, obviously. It's me lighting them, me dripping the candle wax. And then he'll find leaves, or he'll find, if I decide to get some flowers, I'll get the flower petals and I'll put them out, so he can find them. And then he'll apply them to the heated candle wax. It's just very lightly warm. And then he'll put the flower petals on the wax, and then I'll overlay it with another thing of candle wax, so that way it'll stay. Now, as you can see, this is what happens to the flowers, but oh, sorry. Here you go. They do wilt, obviously, because it's real flowers. So, but it's pretty cool. We can do it on rocks. Yeah, they do wilt, but it preserves them in a way. You know. And Eva Duck candles, they come with these really cool little charms and stuff like that. So, I love Eva Duck candles. I'm a really big fan of theirs. So, yeah, sleeves are also, actually, let me put this also with the, oh, I can't put it with the crystals. There's no room. Okay, let's put it over here. Oh, more wicks. That's fantastic. So some of my candles, now with more of them, you have to wait until you get to a certain point into the process when the wax is a certain amount of, at a certain thickness, I suppose is the terminology I'll use. But I'll put on, you know, specifically I was using rose quartz because that's all I had, but now I have these, so so they're pretty. And then you can get dried flowers and stuff like that too. Um, I love the idea of using live flowers, but I've seen now like what happens if you use live flowers. But oh, he does. Yes, absolutely, he does. He's a big fan. He likes sensory type activities. So very, sensory type stuff. He's very much into kinesthetic stuff. He's always moving. He's 4, so. And then these types, we'll just do a whole background on candles. Why not? These types of wicks are intended for molds. So when you have molds and things like that, which I have not done this one yet, this one's going to be so beautiful. I can't wait to do it. But when you need like a certain length or certain custom length of a wick, then you can just kind of make it yourself. So this is what goes on the bottom. You just tie it and then you put it in there, and yeah, it's pretty cool to me. I'm nerding out over candles over here. I apologize. Where is my box of the molds? I don't know, so we'll just put it over here. And I'll find it at another time. But I do want to stay organized, so I have this. There we go. I love to sage. The candle wax might have killed this. Yeah. That's 2 that are dead. Out of 4 or 5. This is also for saging. More saging, but I need the spoon. Smudging, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to make one more batch of candles using this because, again, like I said, I had difficulty setting up the new equipment. So we're going to do that. But let me just get this a little cleaned up because this candle is incredibly special to me. Trash, trash, trash. These ones. Okay. I keep all these. I'm very sentimental. All right. So do not ever do what I did, okay? This is not the right way to make a candle. It's not safe. Well, it's not that it's not safe, it's just not the right way to do it. Okay, let's get the cardboard set up. Excuse me. And this box is, can you even see? No, you're still over there. Okay. Let me move you. There you go. Precisely. Precisely, yes. Evo duck candles, some of them were, and they're this size. Okay. So some of them were costing about 10 bucks each. Most recently I found, and I'm sure I can find it cheaper, but I just, most recently I found that I can get 40 pounds of soy wax for about 85 bucks. And that makes, it makes a lot. It makes a lot. There we go. So now when we have a drippage, it will go onto the cardboard. And then after that, I have another cardboard, and that was from the massage table, from the box from the massage table. I have the other big piece. I'm going to set it under here as well. So that way in the future, if there's any spills or messes, hopefully the cardboard will protect the floor. So again, if you have sensitive ears or sensitive to sound, please stop watching my live stream and go watch something else. Excuse me. That would have been very bad. Yes. All right. So I want clean pools, so I know just to kind of go around the edges. No, friend, you're not gonna fall today. I know. It's so nice just to like. All right, again, loud noise. Oh, it smells so good though. Big pull energy. A little bit too melty. That's okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yes. Yes. Nice. This hadn't have been scented and this had been a cleaner table, I would have just probably reused it, to be quite honest with you. But because there was a lot of wax to lose. But it would feel wrong to try to. I mean, it would just be for personal use. Obviously, I wouldn't actually go out to the market or anything. But Alright, now let's try. How many paper towels do I have left? 2. That's pretty good. Alright. I saw a towel somewhere. I can't remember where. I do know not to get glass too hot because, yeah, I do remember that. Expansion and all that stuff. It's just soy wax anyway, it's not a big deal. Sweep everything, but it was worth it. This is why I don't get my nails done, because it's just, I mean, I respect all the moms that do, but I tried to, and I had a hard time buckling my son into his car seat, and I said never again. Without fake nails, obviously. But I respect the people that can have fake nails and do crazy shit, like Dolly Parton. She's not a mom, but play that guitar like no one's business. I mean, this is gonna get candle wax all over it over and over again, so it doesn't have to be perfectly clean. Like, whatever, right? What are we talking about now? Yes. Satisfying big chunks of wax. Didn't really ruin this all that much, so we will use you one last time, or maybe just continue to keep you in the rotation. I don't know quite yet, sir, ma'am, whatever you want to be called. To leave you kind of waxy and dirty, so people know not to eat on you. This is not an eating table. Don't come out here and eat on this table. This is where shit happens. Thank you. Oh. Okay. Let's go ahead and make the Dorothy using my old system one last time. But what does this mean? This means that we do need to open up another box of wax. Though no fear, 10 more pounds is on its way. But I do want to buy the 40-pounder because it's going to be the cheapest amount, or the cheapest per pound amount of wax I've purchased thus far. And it'll be like lifting my child, practically. Ugh. I really hope that nothing spilled. Okay. So let's move the trash boxes over here. I'll probably regret that, but that's all right. Good morning. Thank you so much. Yes, it is. We're going to have to do another sweep and all that, but I knew this was going to be a long live stream, so I planned for. Oh, it looked like I ran. What was I doing? It's on delay. That was actually really funny. If someone watches this on playback, they're going to be like, why was she running? That's so funny. All right. Oh. No, not the rose quartz. This tends to happen when you don't meticulously organize your stuff. Oh well. But now that I do have the opportunity to kind of make up space. Oh, all the Ziploc bags. There are the towels. Yay. Just the mica powder. And here's the new these things, measuring cups, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if it has measurements on it. Probably does not. That's okay. The new spoon. Although there's actually there's 2 new spoons. It worked out. I was like, I should have bought 2. Well, guess what? Comes with 2. Those are the mini Dorothy tins. Is this clean enough? If I were to bet, no. I'll be asked to clean the floor again, but that's okay. I didn't mind doing it. Now, even if you buy 40 pounds of soy wax, they come in 5-pound increments like this, is what I've learned. Because I bought 20 pounds and it came in just 4 containers of 5-pounders, so. All right. Where did Jenna place the scissors? Ooh, delayed dizziness. Oof, delayed dizziness. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. Scissors, scissors, scissors. I know I just had them too. All right, here's the items for the Dorothy. How it opened up. There's some rose quartz on the ground. That's okay. We're going to be making a lot of the Dorothy, so let's stick with, well, no, you know what? We'll make them all unique. She was a very unique woman. Blue. There's blue in here. And white. A little bit of a tint of purple and yellow. Okay. I can work with this. I can work with this one. Thank you. My father designed our home. And like I said, his playlists are blowing up on YouTube. He's very proud of that fact. Shout out to DP. Okay, scissors and a chair. He's so funny. He's like, I'm helping your channel. I was like, are you? Suppose, no way. Always wants to help. There they are. I found them because I was cutting the cardboard. That's right. All right. So again, let me repeat. Now let me grab the chair. This is much cleaner, much more organized. Oh. Prefer my rocking chair, but well, it's fine. So let's set this up more properly. Oh yeah, and when I say that he built it, I literally mean he built it. Literally. He used a custom company or a customization company, whatever you want to say it. Yeah. He has quite the aesthetic touch. I mean, he can shop for me, so. All right, so let us bless this last usage of the burner, the skillet. You were fun while you lasted, and I might have to go back to you. I don't know if I can set up this new tool. It's quite difficult, actually, so I don't know. We'll see. But first things first, let's open our new bag of wax. Carefully. Nothing is on, so there's no need to like reach over all far and stuff, you know? So as the wax melts, it, you know, obviously becomes liquid and obviously becomes smaller in size. So it just depends on how much you're wanting to make. Since this is my last go of it, I'll probably do a full container. So this is not a full container. You'll see what I mean. Don't sing, don't hum, or else. Yeah, okay. YouTube's very strict about that. Great question. Love your questions. They're fantastic. So the Dorothy is apple cinnamon. And I add, I believe it's pronounced mica powder. Could be mica powder, but I pronounce it mica powder. So, um, normally I use 1 to 2 powders, but for my grandmother, since she passed on, for her I use 3 because 3 is my number. And all, variations of 3, like, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Yes, well, the great thing is that I do have a Betty. Yes, well, the great thing is that I do have a Betty, and that's my maternal grandmother. Okay, it's working now. That's fantastic. Um, and that's my maternal grandmother, and her mix is variations, but it always has jasmine in it. I'll say that. Not to give it away, but um, I mean, the candle business has been around forever and ever and ever, but it's just more, do you connect to the brand? And the difference with mine is that they're all infused with Reiki energy, so that healing energy is infused in all of them. Um, so that's what kind of sets them apart a little bit. Oh yes, they all have colors and they all have smells. So each one is named after someone in my life, a woman in my life that means something to me and has had an impact on my life. And I started with family and friends, and that's where I'm keeping it at for now. Close family and close friends. 3 of my girlfriends, or 3 of my best friends, really, and the rest are family members. And but I'm only going to be selling like at local markets, things like that. Not going to go online because shipping is too crazy, and having to deal with all that is just kind of impossible for me. So, um, but yeah, so I'm excited for that. So the Dorothy is an apple cinnamon. Um, she used to bake a lot. So the Cassandra is a vanilla orange, so kind of like a creamsicle a bit. um, yeah. The one that I'm waiting on is for some supplies to come in is the Melissa, and that's one of my best friends, and I'm excited for that one to get started on that one. She wanted mahogany, but I think I found something that's going to be a little bit better. I am going to do men's fragrances, like you know, but even with that being said, like I have like the Laura, for example, that's my youngest's maternal grandmother. Um, it has kind of a woody scent to it, simply because of her hobbies and things like that. So I very much try to invoke, things about them or things that remind me of them. And, maybe it's not so much how they would see themselves, but it's how I interpret them and how I interpret their spirit and their energy. And they have all in their own ways helped heal me as I've, known them. So that's the whole point of now that I'm a Reiki practitioner and able to help heal people. Um, I kind of wanted to show these women that they were part of my healing process, and that's kind of how it all got started. Um, it was suggested to me by a very dear friend of mine to get into candle making. He was very adamant about it. Um, so if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have gone into it at all. Yeah, Reiki is something that I found when I was younger. It helped me at the age of 18. I was at an eating disorder treatment center, and I was in a lot of pain because I was detoxing from something, from a substance, a pharmaceutical substance, and I was very sick, and there was a tech there, and she was like, "Hey, I know Reiki. I can perform Reiki on you, and it may help you." And of course, I'm a very skeptical person. Aside from my faith in Jesus Christ, I'm a very skeptical person, and um, I was like, "There's no way," there's no way. But all I really remember of it, because just because I was in such severe pain, is she was doing this like pulling. 'Cause I had really severe pain in my stomach. She did this like pulling sensation, and I was so much better. So fast forward, let's see, I had just turned 37 because this was in February. So I was experiencing severe pain in my very low abdomen, and I had to go to the emergency room on February 16th of this year. Um, Long story short, they prescribed Bactrim. Bactrim helped with the pain, but I thought there has to be something more holistic because I did not know how strong of a antibiotic Bactrim is. And so it just popped into my mind, Reiki, you know, something that I could do that was, more holistic and not involving just, more medications on top of medications that I already take and things like that. I just didn't want to add more, to the regimen. And so that's how I found Lisa. That's how I found Lisa Moore, my Reiki master teacher and mentor, and she's just incredible. She's an amazing person. Like I said, I had a treatment from her today, and completely remote, and I know when she's there. I know when she's there, and um, I suffer from an autoimmune condition. I deal with a lot of things. I don't share a lot on here because I like to keep my frequency and my vibrational frequency high. I like to be as positive as I possibly can. Just because I'm not smiling ear to ear all the time doesn't mean I'm not a happy person. It's just, I'm quite a serious person on really, but I laugh a lot, because I am a very happy person. Um, but it wasn't always that way, you know. So being able to be more expressive with joy and being able to be more expressive with finding, peace and calm, and being able to find myself and being able to help others find themselves, and being able to hold my head high and do whatever it is that I'm doing, and working on all these different projects at the same time and being really busy. I enjoy live streaming because what I get to do is I get to give back. I know that there's a lot of people that can't afford to coach with me, and that's fine. I get that. I understand that. So that's why I oftentimes do the live streams that I end up doing. It's just that more recently I'm just so busy that I only have so much time. Um, so Yeah. So, it's just one of those things where it's an incredibly positive experience for me. And Lisa is incredible. And, I do let people know that yes, I do have an affiliate relationship with her. But you can go to her website. That's www.lisamohr.com. That's lisamohr.com. Um, you can put in the code Jenna at checkout if you find something that speaks to you, or you find something that you think will work for you. If not, that's totally okay, right? No, that's fine. At the very least, I'm going to highly suggest that you go to her YouTube channel. That's Lisa Mohr TV. So it's spelled the same way, Lisamohr TV. And you go and you check out some of her videos. And if you're like, well, Reiki, all that kind of stuff, that's not really for me, fine. Okay, great. There is one video I'm going to highly suggest that you try out, and it's her sleep meditation. Um, it is incredible. And the other thing that I like that she did, her code series, her numbered code series, I really like. So all of her videos are great. I think they're all important. And mainly what I do is I share them on X and I add them to my playlists. I have a playlist for her on here and on my other YouTube channel that I'm, you know, primarily just talking about Reiki and my learning experiences on as I'm working on my life coaching certifications and things like that, doing my continuing education. So, because life coaching, wellness coaching, all these things, it's an unregulated profession. And that's the truth, and I'm going to be honest with you because I keep it 100. It's an unregulated profession, so anybody that tells you, you know that it is, they're lying to you. But I chose anyways to go ahead and to get continuing education and to get certifications in it because but there's not like one certifying board is what I'm getting at, you know so um a lot of it has to do with mainly, is the person that you're working with, do you flow with them? Can you do you want someone that has experience? Do you want someone that can kind of be more in the gray when it comes to coaching? Therapists are limited in certain things. Coaches are limited too, obviously. Um, but I think coaches have a little bit more room for certain components of modalities, I think, in my opinion. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Exactly. Resonation, I mean, that's a huge thing for everyone. Um, and also too, even if certain things don't resonate with you, and this is regarding anything, if certain things don't resonate with you, then leave that part there. That doesn't mean that what someone is saying isn't coming with the best of intentions. No one is perfect. No one is always right. No one is 100%, in my personal opinion, with the exception of Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to make this a religious conversation. I don't want to make this channel a religious channel in any capacity. Um, yes, I'm a spiritual person, obviously, but it is not my goal to convert anyone to anything. It is not my goal to isolate anyone into anything. I believe that all faiths should be recognized. I believe that all opinions, you know, have a place for whatever reason. They do, whether it's for discourse, whether it's for conversation, whether it's for bringing something to light that maybe we didn't think about before, you know. There's a reason, in my opinion, for everything. And I know that that's very cliche, but there really is a reason for everything. Even the things that we find obscene and ugly and hurtful and painful. Um, it's experience, and experience is what gets you further along in life. So I'm grateful for all of my experiences, and I try to teach people that you can learn from your experiences. They don't have to be damaging to you. You can learn from them and get enlightened from them. It just depends on your perspective, and it depends on the choices that you want to make on how you're viewing it, on your perspective. It's a mindset shift. Is it a lot of work? Absolutely. Absolutely. It took me years to see things differently about certain things that happened in my past, and to frame it a different way for myself in order just to be able to see it in the way that I believe now it was always intended to be seen. It's just that my perspective was, for lack of a better word, fucked, you know? Um, so now that I've corrected my way of thinking, yeah, it's a lot better. Yeah, and even if you didn't, it wouldn't matter. I can still have a conversation with you. It doesn't, nothing will exclude me from being able to have a conversation with another person, with the exception of certain proclivities. That, yes, it will exclude me from having a conversation with you, but that's my choice because I have been abused. Does that make me a victim? No. I choose not to live with a victim mentality. But there are some things that are fundamentally right and wrong to me. But, thoughts are a funny thing, and your thoughts become your beliefs, and your beliefs become your reality. So whatever you believe is going to become your reality, and that's why this United States of America and all these countries, right? That's why we're all the way that we are, is because we've allowed our beliefs to shape our reality. So that's what's real to us. So that's why things seem so strange to us, to each other, why things seem so backwards, or why things seem so out of sorts or out of place, is we really have created our own realities. That's why all these people are stuck on this idea of simulation theory. That's why we have all these people stuck on all these ideas of conspiracy theories and things like that. I'm not saying that a conspiracy theory can't be true, and I'm not saying that we certainly haven't had conspiracies occur, because there's evidence of that. There's proof of that. But what I am saying is that it's very easy to get into an echo chamber and to stay there when you don't have a network of people, of different belief systems, of different ideologies, and you don't have people to kind of keep you in check like that, right? If everyone believes the exact same way, then that's a problem. That's a cult. You want to be somebody that can relate to different kinds of people. That's my issue with most organized religions, is that you should only associate with those that believe the way that you do, or if not, it's only to prophesize and to try to convert people to the way that you believe. I don't think that's right, because I don't think that's really about saving. I think that's just about trying to, you know, and you might, in your intentions, in your heart of hearts, actually think that it's about saving, but it's not the way to go about it. You're just a human, and you have no right to judge. You have the right to use discernment, but you have no right to judge. You know, so that's just how I feel. Yeah, and we all have the right to choose, right? Whose perspective is more important to us than somebody else's. But if the mass collective is going to be too busy arguing about people that actually don't matter, right? Who actually matters? The mass collective matters. But they're too busy following celebrities, and I could go on about this. I won't though. I want to stay in a high vibrational space, but But yeah, you know, it's just one of those things where there's a lot of distractions in this world. And it's very easy to get distracted by things. It's very easy to get confused by things. And what's most important really is that you have awareness of yourself and awareness of what you believe and awareness of, you know, you. And there's so many distractions that keep you from knowing that. You know, there's so much stuff. I do believe in expression and I do believe in consumerism and I do believe in capitalism. But, you know, to a point, to a point. I think we have to be responsible. I'm not one of those psychopaths that's all about like, oh, we have to talk. Well, there's a reason that this person is rich. Maybe, yes, for not the best things, but there is a reason why a person is rich. They, you know, for whatever reason, were in the right place at the right time, made the right decisions. Just it worked out for them, you know. Um, so I'm not one of those people. I'm more about let's collectively make smarter choices. Let's collectively, as a unit, um, say no to things. And if we're going to say no to things, the best way to do it is to not give our time, not give our energy. But the biggest way to, you know, give it to somebody is to not give our money to things, to not support things financially, to not finance things, as Lisa would say. She doesn't mean financially, but I'm using it this way financially. To not finance things, or to not finance things with your energy, not finance things with your time. You know. Yes, you take care, love. I need to go. Actually, this is going to take a little bit longer than I anticipated. Well, and everyone, thank you so much for joining my live stream. I appreciate you for watching. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I'm very happy for you that you succeeded, and that's amazing that you didn't give up. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you greatly. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and or join one of the membership tiers as they are popping off with content. And I will see y'all on the next video or live stream. Be well, stay wild as well.